Welcome, builders of the internet. My name is Jessa and I work in construction, and today is your lucky day.
Latest updates in construction, mental health and more stuff with building on my mind.
I've decided that in order to keep myself up to date with what's going on with mental health and construction industry, I would do a latest updates in the construction industry video every once in a while, where I talk about what's been happening in mental health, what's been happening in construction, and a combination of two where possible. This is largely based off of UK news, and if you'd like to see the articles, I've got a link in the description. Construction updates. Here's a nice one to ease us into things. Construction Charity app upgraded to include financial support. I was a bit of an idiot when I first clicked on this article because I didn't realise that I'd scrolled and thought the subtitle was actually the title and was just thinking, man, that's going to be such a mouthful to read. But basically, the Lighthouse Construction Industry Charity is a UK-based charity that focuses on mental health and construction, which I've mentioned in this video here. They've got this app which has been around for a few years now, which helps with workers in construction, and now they've got this additional feature of financial support, which includes things such as nudges to help encourage people to take actions that they might not have necessarily done, and informative and educational content so people can learn what to do with their finances, as well as budgeting and saving tools. If you want to download the app, it's available on the App Store or the Play Store, and you just have to search up Construction Industry Helpline. Construction wages hit hardest by the pandemic. As of October 2020, in the UK we still seem to be in the midst of things, with incredibly confusing sets of rules and regulations which I won't go into detail right now. So wages in the construction sector have reduced more than any other sector, with weekly earnings going down by about 3.2% compared to last year. Construction was hit pretty hard by the pandemic because there was a lot of physical work, which is pretty hard to do from home, unlike, say, jobs in business and finance. And this is reflected in the unemployment rate, which, as of August, has been the highest that it's been in over 3 years. I know my wages have been affected, and there have been company-wide salary reductions, but I'm fortunate because I live with my family, who can support me, and my heart truly goes out to those who don't have as much support as I did. And if you need any help, I've provided links and description to various charities, etc. Reinvention of the construction industry. There were 2 articles that related to this topic, so I thought I would kind of combine them into one point. And basically, a lot of new technologies have been introduced this year, and now wider across the supply chain. This has helped with transferring data and information more efficiently and apparently sustainably too. There have also been things such as improved cameras, which kind of act like Google Street View, so you can see stuff without physically having to go on site. Despite the virus having many negative impacts on people, it could help drive change within the industry to improve productivity, competition, profitability and sustainability. Mental health updates. Over £400 million has been pledged to remove dormitories from mental health facilities. This is pretty interesting. So on World Mental Health Day, the government said that they would give all this money over the next 4 years to get rid of dormitory accommodation. This will enable patients to get better individual care, to help improve their safety, their privacy and their dignity, and could potentially help them reduce the length of their stay too. Throughout the pandemic, the website says that they've put a lot of money towards mental health charities such as Mind, Beat and other national loneliness charities, which has improved support helplines and services. COVID-19 and mental health. Of course, I couldn't really do a mental health and construction video at this point in time without mentioning the pandemic. And there's countless articles that talk about mental health and how that's impacted people, with mental health services being disrupted and people being in isolation a whole lot more. An article from the United Nations has said that in 93% of countries that were surveyed between June to August, critical mental health services have been disrupted. Many places have been making use of online things such as online counselling, etc., but this isn't ideal for so many people. And services such as in-person counselling, psychotherapy, critical harm reduction, and emergency interventions and even medication has reduced a significant amount. As a result, the World Health Organization is urging countries to allocate resources towards mental health. For anyone watching this, I really hope that you're taking care of yourself, even though I know it's hard to tell what exactly that means nowadays. Please reach out to people, whether that means talking to your friends, reaching out to anonymous helplines. There is somebody out there for you. Mental health support groups' construction packs proving a big hit. It's quite draining trying to find positive articles about mental health at the moment, and I was scrolling for about half an hour before I could find this one. And I guess it overlaps with construction because of all my cookies and data and all that jazz. So this last one a bit more wholesome. A voluntary group, sorry I don't know how to pronounce the name exactly, has made care packs for construction workers, which is stuff like mugs, notepads, hats, pens, and signposting information to help those looking for support. Apparently people have received it very well. Mental health and construction updates. Okay, so I know there's been a fair amount of overlap in the articles I've mentioned already, but here's more news about mental health and construction. Construction progressing on Mental Health Hub. This is for a community hub located in North Allerton, which will provide state-of-the-art facilities for learning disability and mental health services. The hub is supposed to bring the community and outpatients together, which will benefit staff and those that use the services. It's also supposed to help make transitions from children to adult services easier and safer, which from what I've heard can be a huge mess. Dane County halts $20 million jail construction, instead invests in mental health centre. This is for the United States, but in Dane County in the city of Madison, the $20 million jail construction has been halted and funding has been redirected to a new mental health centre which is aiming to improve community mental health. Apparently the prison project went on for a long time and was seriously over budget, so they've stopped that in order to invest in this centre instead. The centre is also there to provide mental health services as an alternative to prison. Chartered Institute of Building launches mental health in construction course. Just to round things off my last article, if you find yourself with any spare time, there's this pretty useful course available. I think the title pretty much gives the gist of what the article's about. But just to add, the course will help people understand poor mental health symptoms, managing personal well-being, and that of your colleagues. It's a free online course that you can access on FutureLearn. There are so many articles to choose from. I've picked out the titles that took my fancy and tried not to go into too many of the really depressing ones because it disheartens me quite a lot. But if you think I've left anything out or if you have anything else to add, feel free to let me know in the comments. That's all I have to say about mental health and construction industry for now. I hope it helped build on your mind.
Thanks for watching this channel, it's building on my mind. Check out my other videos, but first hit the bell and comment, like, subscribe.